All right, and I want to concretize these issues at a slightly different angle by looking at core human activities that many or most people will engage in at some point in their life, and show how, depending on whether one's an egoist, an advocate of the predatory ethic, or an altruist, one's strategic approach to that area in life is going to be very different. Take an obvious one, for example. Suppose we think about the issue of money. And we say, is money of value? If so, how much of a value is it? And to the extent that money is involved in our lives, how should I act with respect to money, and so forth. Now, in this case here, if one is an egoist, right, egoism as a theory will predict a certain attitude and set of behaviors with respect to money. If one is an advocate of the predatory ethic, there will be a different answer. If one is an advocate of the altruist ethic, a different answer again. All right, so let's then ask in a top-down fashion, with respect to money, make my M more attractive here. If one is an egoist, what should I think of money, and how should I approach behaviorally money? And I think what an egoist would say is, well, money is something to one's self-interest. It's a power. To the extent that one has it, one can use it as a tool for getting various other things that are valuable in one's life. And if I'm going to act to get money, I should do so in a way that yields successfully money for me, but either leaves other people neutral or is mutually beneficial to other people. And the concept that best captures that is the idea of earning. If my strategic approach to money is earning money, then I'm acting in my self-interest to get money, but I'm doing so in a way that other people will voluntarily give me money. I've earned my money legitimately, right, so to speak. By contrast, if I'm an advocate of the predatory ethic, my approach to money is going to be different. Again, I will say that money is a good thing. It's a tool that I can use for various other purposes. I should act in such a way that I get that particular benefit, that I end up with some money in my pocket, but the best way to do so is a way that involves other people losing. So a behavior that fits the category here is stealing. And so advocates of a predatory ethic with respect to money will, as a principled strategy, try to steal as much money as they possibly can. If I'm an altruist, my attitude, again, is going to be different. I might make the argument that money is a value, but that value of that money is not something that I should enjoy myself. Instead, to the extent that I have money, I should be willing to sacrifice that money for the benefit of other people. That is then to say, my attitude and behaviors with respect to money will be focused on getting as much money as is under my control into the hands of other people. And so here, my set with respect to money is charity. And so this then allows us to concretize the debate between the egoists, the predators, and the altruists on this particular area of human endeavor. Is the most moral, central approach to the issue of money to commit oneself to earning it, to stealing it, or to giving it away charitably? Change subjects a little bit here. Suppose instead of money, we talk about sports. Just including in this category for now, games. So we play games as a leisure activity, or we play sports professionally, or again as a leisure activity. If I'm an egoist, how do I think about sports? What's my strategy here? If I'm a predator, same question. If I'm an altruist, again, the same question here. Well, if I'm an egoist, I would say sports are valuable, or as they can be enormously valuable, including games. They can bring a great deal of pleasure to my life. There's the thrill of winning, there's the joy of exercising certain sorts of skills, there's the pleasure of competition and the sociability that can go in sports. All of those things can be valued. And the best thing in sports, of course, is to win. So it's to my self-interest to win as often as I possibly can. That's the benefit. The benefits that come from winning, the self-esteem, the fame, monetary rewards, trophies as symbolic rewards, and so forth. But I should enter into competitive games in a way that's mutually beneficial. So the way we do that in competitive games is there's a certain set of rules, and we all agree that we are going to play by the rules, because what we're interested in is assigning the winning tag to the person who has the best abilities, the best skills within that particular set of activities that we're calling the game. So what I will then want to do is to play hard, but fair. Okay? And the kind of games that I am going to get the benefit from, the joy of winning, are going to be ones that I did win fair and square because I played hard and I was the one who had the best skill set. Now, if by contrast I'm a predator, I will think about sports and games. Of course, I want the win. I want the money that goes with it, or the trophy, or the esteem that comes from other people from their having thought that I won the game. So I do want that particular benefit, but the other person necessarily has to lose, and the best way to ensure that that happens is by surreptitiously avoiding the rules or bypassing the rules, and we call that process cheating. So the predator is someone who will commit himself to winning by any means necessary, including cheating. And predatory behavior in sports is what we call cheating. That's the descriptor in that particular area. Now, if I'm an altruist by contrast, and I'm thinking about sports and games can bring all sorts of pleasures to our lives here, but I'm more likely to say the important thing in this case here is not that I get the thrill of victory, but rather that the other person, right, get the thrill of victory. And so what I'm more likely then to do is throw the game or let the other person win. Right, I will, again, surreptitiously not play my best, enable the other person to defeat me, and as a result of that, the person then gets the satisfaction of thinking that he or she has won, and that is a sacrifice. I could have had that opportunity right for me, but nonetheless, the more important thing from the altruistic perspective is the effect on the other, and so I'll be selflessly giving up in order to achieve that greater value.